Everyone wants the secret growth hack to blow up on X. The viral thread formula, the engagement pod, the AI tool that writes bangers. But here's the thing. I've helped over 100 clients grow a total of over 2 million followers, and the strategy that actually works is boring as fuck. No fancy tricks, no viral hacks, just a simple system that requires discipline and consistency every single day. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact boring strategy we use at our agency that's generated over 10 billion impressions and helped dozens of accounts hit 10K followers in record time. Unfortunately, the boring stuff is what actually works. So let's get into it. This boring strategy just recently took one of our clients from 0 to 10,000 followers in 60 days. And the reason most people avoid this strategy is because it's super boring and just requires discipline. I need you to make a decision right now. Are you here for entertainment or are you here for results? Because if you want results, you need to do things that are not going to feel good in the moment. So all I ask is that you watch to the end of the video and implement everything you see here and you'll be good to go. All right, so the first part of the boring system is something that nobody wants to hear, and it's the reason that 95% of people quit before they ever see results. And that first part is posting 3 times a day, every single day at the same time, no excuses ever. Not once, not twice, 3 times per day, every single day at the same time. What this does is it conditions your future audience to expect content from you at the same time every single day, and it conditions the algorithm to show that content to the same people every single day. You need to be adopting the mindset that if you don't post, you die. You cannot miss a single time slot. Now, a very easy strategy for doing this is batching your content. And there's a lot of talk about batching content online, but I want to give you the exact strategy that we're implementing every single day for our clients. So what you're going to do is you're going to create 21 posts per week, 1 week in advance, every single week. And on Friday, you're going to schedule those posts for the following week. What this does is it gives you a little bit of buffer time over the weekend so that you're not writing or scrambling on a Saturday or Sunday. And it also gives you a week before of content to actually have feedback and implement that for the next week. I do not recommend doing a month or 2 months or 3 months of content in advance, because what that does is it doesn't give you any time to actually improve the content week over week. And it also doesn't respect the fact that what works last week might not work this week. And the reason that we set aside 90 days is because that's how long it takes for true compounding to kick in. And if you don't know exactly what to post, I have a bunch of videos that run through this, but what you're essentially going to follow is the pesto formula. And now a quick breakdown of this is that there are 5 pillars of content to focus on. That's personal, expertise, social proof, trending, and opinions. And now at the beginning, you can separate all of your content as an even split between all of these pillars. So maybe 4 posts per pillar. And then as time goes on and you get some positive feedback, you can start to double down on whatever pillar is getting the most engagement or helping you grow the most. And then over time, you can iterate and have a unique content strategy for you. Now, posting consistently is only step 1, but if you're posting into the void, you're probably going to quit by week 2 or 3. So here's a boring distribution strategy that you can implement today without spending a penny on paid ads. Now, this boring system is replying to 30 accounts every single morning. Now, this is just one of many distribution strategies that you can implement, but it's by far the most bulletproof if you're a beginner or just starting out on the platform. And even the head of product, Nikita Beer, mentions that being a reply guy, if you're under 500 followers, is a great strategy. And honestly, even after that, you can still continue to do replies. I, to this day, will still engage with content that I find interesting on the timeline. Now, these aren't random replies. These are strategic replies that are going to help you grow your X account. Now, for this strategy, you're not just going to be doing random replies. You're going to be implementing a strategic strategy that's going to give you the best possible growth. Now, to start, you're going to be doing 10 replies to accounts that are smaller than you, but still in your industry. And the reason you're going to do this is because they have a very high likelihood of replying back to you, because they are probably also implementing some sort of reply guy strategy. Now, if you are at 0 followers or 10 followers or whatever, then obviously these people are going to be at a similar size to you and not lower than you, because you can't be negative followers. Next, you're going to have 10 replies to people who are accounts of your size. And these are really going to be focused on building relationships, networking, and talking to people at your level so that you guys can grow together. I remember when I started out, I used to create these little engagement groups of people in my niche, and we all had 1,000 or 2,000 followers, and we would just show each other love on our posts and retweet each other and reply to each other. And it really helped to get out of that slump. And lastly, you're going to focus on 10 replies to people that have much bigger accounts than you in the industry. There's actually a special strategy that you can implement here. If you turn on post notifications for massive accounts, trying to be the first reply under that account is a great way to get free exposure. I know when I was coming up, I used to have post notifications on for Elon Musk. And if you go to any Elon Musk post, the second you click on it, there's already going to be dozens, if not hundreds of replies. So being the first person to reply to a person that big is a huge, huge growth hack. And now I don't recommend doing Elon Musk because there's going to be thousands of people competing for that spot, but you can implement it at a smaller level to people who are at 500,000 or a million, and you become recognizable to that person. And they may even reply back to you if you're actually providing value in this reply. That's exactly why this is such an important part of the reply guy strategy. It's actually giving value back in your reply. The last thing you want to do is implement any AI reply software or regurgitating the information or just saying nice post or this is great. I personally have all those people muted, and I imagine that everyone else does too. What you actually want to do is provide some sort of value. Now, this doesn't mean you need to be an expert on the thing that they're posting. This could be as simple as asking a really well thought out question, making them laugh and just saying a joke, or if you do have some value to provide, actually giving some insight back into this. Now, an example of this is if you see a fitness post that's listing out some different meal ideas for weight loss, you can provide value and post a meal that you liked for weight loss, and it just adds value to the average person reading through that thread. Now, the math on this is crazy. If you do 30 replies a day, that's 900 replies a month. And that compounds on top of the 84 posts that you're going to be doing per month as well. So you're getting almost 1,000 pieces of content out per month just by sticking to this daily strategy. It's important to note that the replies can definitely land you a couple of followers here and there, but that's not even where the magic happens. The magic of the replies is that it's keeping your account top of mind, it's having people click your profile, and it's giving you the algorithmic boost to the content that you're posting daily. So as you can see, this all works together in one cohesive strategy. Okay, so you're posting 3 times daily, you're replying 30 times in the morning, but there's one more boring fundamental that most people completely ignore, and that's optimizing your profile. You need to think of your profile as a landing page, and when people click it, you need to pass the 3-second credibility test. Click your profile and they need to see who you are, what you do, what value you provide within those first 3 seconds, or else they're not going to click follow or they're not going to read any of your content. So here's a profile checklist that you can implement right now. Does your bio state who you are and what you do? Is your pinned tweet either like a best performing piece of content or a case study or something that breaks down your story? Is your header a clean branded header that actually is cohesive with your profile? Is your profile picture a headshot or a candid that actually builds authority and doesn't make you look like an AI? And lastly, do people understand within those 3 seconds who you are, what you do, and what they're going to get out of following you? Now, I have over 26,000 followers and I get pitched every single day. And if I click on an interesting DM and then click their profile, if I'm not captured within 3 seconds to be at least a little bit interested in who they are, I'm going to click away. I'm not going to answer their DM, and it just turns their entire strategy into ineffectiveness. Here's actually an example of our client, Jeremy Haynes, and his analytics, and he doesn't actually mind us showing it. So as you could see here, last year from February up until about mid-April when he started working with us, you can see that their average growth was only a couple of followers per day. And he did have this one viral spike, which was probably just something off the cuff that he was able to tweet that was able to go viral. And this is exactly the example we just detailed. One big viral pop, and the rest is just low, consistent daily volume that doesn't really go with a posting strategy. Then from April onwards up until today, you can see we have consistent growth where every day is gaining 20, if not 100 plus followers. And he's still, funny enough, is getting those viral pops of, 100, 200 followers in a day, while also getting the improved consistency from our daily posting strategy. So this just shows you exactly what we talked about. Before was a strategy where it was just whenever you wanted and maybe a viral moment here and there. But after, we have daily volume gaining 20 to 50 followers a day while still having the virality as a cherry on top, but it's not the core focus. And now a disclaimer is that these results aren't natural. You aren't going to get this on the first account you try because we've been doing this for years. We have a team of 10 people who have decades of writing experience, going viral, etc. But I want to show you exactly how we get these results. Now, the algorithm was able to recognize him as a consistent creator, and we actually conditioned the audience to expect content every single day. And what it does is it creates this bingeability of his content. When someone clicks his profile, you can see who he is, what he does, and you know that the content is going to align with those things. So they can essentially binge watch all of the content, and they're going to be put on a For You page that is going to show them his content every single day. Now, if you're not posting consistently, you're not going to get into that flow where the algorithm is showing your content every day to the same people. You're never going to have any consistent engagement, especially consistent growth. Now, we didn't chase any viral hacks. All we did was create content within the realms of his content pillars and his niche every single day with the value that he provides. But the most important part is that we were consistent and we still got those viral pop-offs when a piece of content was a little bit better. But on top of that, we had the consistent growth, which accounts for about 80% of the total followers gained. Now, here's the part nobody talks about. The reason this works isn't just tactics, it's the discipline advantage. Now, the discipline advantage is why 95% of people quit. Most people quit this approach after 2 weeks because it's boring. They don't see immediate results, so they assume it's not working. But that's exactly why it works to the small amount of people who actually stick with it. You need to ask yourself, how bad do you want to grow to 10K followers? Because if you do, you need to follow a system. It's the same thing with gym, with business, with anything in life. The market rewards people who can delay gratification. And here's the final piece I'll leave you with. Being boring in your strategy is your competitive advantage. In 90 days, you'll be far ahead of the 95% of people who started at the same time. So let's make this actionable. Here's your exact daily checklist for the next 90 days. Every day, you're going to reply to 30 accounts, 10 who are smaller, 10 who are at the same size, and 10 who are bigger. And you're just going to make sure that your 3 daily posts went live. Every week for a few hours, you're going to schedule the entire next week of content. You're going to check the analytics to see what worked and what you can double down on. And you're going to see what didn't work so you can cut that out of the content strategy. And every month, you're going to review your top performing content. You're going to check your profile to see if you converted to followers at a high rate. And you're going to adjust your content strategy based on what's working. And every month, you're going to check your profile visits and you're going to check the conversion to new followers and see if you need to adjust anything for your 3-second credibility test to make sure you're actually converting to new followers. It's important to track everything religiously: how many followers you gain, your engagement rate, and your top performing tweets. You can input these into a simple spreadsheet, or you can use the tool like Hype Fury to check your analytics. Look, I know this isn't the coolest video ever. I know you probably clicked on this video hoping for some secret hack that would get you your next 10,000 followers by next week. But here's the reality. The people who actually grow on Twitter aren't the ones chasing viral posts all the time. They're the ones who show up every single day and do the boring work that everyone else quits doing. Do you have 2 options? Option 1, keep chasing the next viral strategy, stay stuck in the same loop, and wonder why you're still at 500 followers in 6 months. Or option 2, commit to 90 days of boring fundamentals, build a foundation, and actually hit 10,000 followers. The choice is yours. And if you want to get a head start on growing your X account, I made a 44-page playbook covering everything from content strategy using AI to DM conversations and making sales. It's completely free. Click the link in the description, sign up with your email, and I'll get that sent over ASAP. And now that you know how to grow an account on Twitter, making money off of it is a completely different game. I made a video breaking down 5 different methods of monetizing your X account. You can click here to watch that video. And as always, thank you for watching. I hope you got some value from this. Cheers.